So there's this concept called the Inner Citadel by Isaiah Berlin. And what he says is, when the world outside of us has denied that which we truly want, we retreat into ourselves, into a kind of walled-off garden to protect ourselves from the fearful ills of the world. My buddy gave a great example of this, where he said, you can imagine that you've injured your leg, right? And you can try to treat the leg, but if you can't, then you chop the leg off and announce that the desire for legs is misguided and must be subdued. And you see this everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like, how many people do you know that have got into a polyamorous relationship and said that monogamy isn't ancestrally compatible fundamentally because they struggle to hold down a relationship that works well? Or you see this with the body positivity movement, saying that weight has no genuine bearing on health and that we need to be much more accepting. Basically, being fat is just as healthy as being normal-sized, good BMI, and that the world needs to change to your views because they struggle to lose weight.
Yeah.
Or criminals that have turned to a life of crime and say that jobs are for suckers because they struggle to hold down a job. These are all their inner citadels. They're constantly retreating. Basically, if you can't win at a game, then you change the rules and announce that you never wanted to win in any case.
Yes.
If you cannot get what you want, you must teach yourself to want what you can get.
Yes, yes. The body positivity is a great example, too, because they actually get angry at women that lose weight. Like
Adele.
I was going to bring her up. Yeah, it's a perfect example because she's gorgeous now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That beautiful, like, healthy woman was trapped inside an overeater, and she figured it out. And she.
But you're no longer part of the tribe.
Exactly. Not only that, but they're angry at her. Yeah. She's betrayed them. I mean, they said that about Lizzo, too. They don't want her to lose weight. Like, angry at her for trying.
She's like a pretty big girl as well, right?
Probably be healthy for her to lose some weight.
But you're no longer able to make me feel more comfortable about the life choices that I've made.
Yes, and they don't identify with them anymore. You know, they think that person is another now. Well, you're just another beautiful, healthy, sexy, thin woman, and I don't like you anymore. You're cast out of the kingdom.
Purity spiral.
Yes.
Bonded together over the mutual hatred of an out-group, not the mutual love of an in-group. They never loved Adele. They loved the fact that Adele wasn't what they hate.
Right.
Right?
Well, she was also an amazing example of an incredibly talented woman who was also obese.
Crushing it despite the fact,
yes.
or in spite of the fact. So, yeah, I mean, but how is it that the person that's overweight and is an inspiration to people is an inspiration for as long as they stay that way, but losing the weight isn't even more inspirational?
Right.
Because it throws into harsh reflect the fact that they haven't done that bit. They're also not Adele the singer, but they knew that they never could be.
Right.
Adele did the weight loss thing that fundamentally everybody knows that they could achieve.